Lady Louise, 17, and her brother James, Viscount 7, 13, have grown up paying several visits to their royal grandparents at Windsor Castle, just a stone's throw away from the Earl and Countess of Wessex's residence, according to royal expert Camilla Tomaini. When they were younger, their presence at the castle could often be spotted by guests, who reported seeing the children's possessions left at the Queen's residence ahead of their next visit, the commentator claimed. Outlining the reasons why Lady Louise and James have had the chance to grow up in close contact with the Sovereign and the Duke of Edinburgh, Ms. Tomaini wrote in the Daily Telegraph, unlike her older cousins, Princes William and Harry, Louise got to see a lot more of her grandparents growing up because she has always lived just 11 miles from Windsor, and had the benefit of being born around the time the Queen and Prince Philip scaled back their long-haul travel. Weekend visitors to Windsor Castle would speak of stepping over scooters and tricycles belonging to Louise and James, thanks to their regular visits. Prince Edward and Sophie, Countess of Wessex, aren't just regular visitors at Windsor Castle but also spend time with the monarch at her other residences during her holidays. In an interview with the Telegraph magazine, Sophie said, "The poor Queen has had to put up with us staying on much longer than anybody else in Scotland and Norfolk." According to a royal insider, both the Wessexes' children relish their time at Balmoral, something which may have drawn them even closer to the Queen and Prince Philip over the years. The source told The Sun, "The Queen loves the fact that Louise and James relish their time at Balmoral, and she has become particularly close to Louise, who seems to have become her favorite grandchild, closely followed by James." Louise also endeared herself to everyone by looking after William and Kate's children when they were up here. Louise loves drawing and sketching and was very patiently trying to get Charlotte to do pictures of rabbits and deer. Another source claimed James has picked up fly fishing, a pastime who used to be loved by both the late Queen Mother and the Duke of Edinburgh. They said, James's enthusiasm for fly fishing delighted Her Majesty because it's a sport beloved of James' great-granny, the late Queen Mother. James was in the Dee as often as possible, waders up to his armpits. His mother Sophie, who was a keen fisherwoman herself, liked to stand with him. The Balmoral Gillies gamekeepers were impressed by both of them. Lady Louise was also particularly close to the late Duke thanks to their shared passion for carriage driving. Prince Philip took up the sport in his 50s, after he gave up polo, and has been one of Britain's leading personalities championing it. Louise opened up on her love for carriage driving and how much she learned directly from the Duke in the documentary Prince Philip, The Royal Family Remembers. She said, "The Duke of Edinburgh has been so involved in my driving, which has been so lovely although slightly scary because he invented the sport pretty much. It's incredible to have learned firsthand from him. After a competition, he would always ask how it went. His eyes would light up because he just gets so excited when he talks about it. When we would go carriage driving, he would take me on a different route every day. I do not know how he managed to do that, and tell me all sorts of anecdotes about anything and everything. He is honestly one of the most interesting people I have ever met." During the program, and in her first ever interview, Louise also said to have taken part in the Duke of Edinburgh Award, a successful scheme launched by Philip in '56. Among the reasons why she completed it, she said there was a desire to make her grandfather proud. She said, "There was certainly an element of making my grandfather proud and honoring him by taking part in the award that has been so much of his life's work."